Hey everybody, it's your favorite dog talking host. I am Michael Hoskinson. I am with Canine Control, and you have tuned into Canine Convos. I really appreciate it, guys. This is where we cut through the bullshit and we go right to common sense. This whole thing has just been about common sense, people. I want you guys to see this from a perspective that you're not used to looking at. I want you guys just to use common sense when it comes to dogs. I just want you to look and see things. I'm going to show you throughout as we go throughout this videos, and I'm going to show you documentation of he said, she said. I just want you to use common sense. I want you to open your eyes. I want you to read something or see something and then believe what you're seeing, believe what you're hearing, run it through the filter. We are in a position where people are going to tell you what you're seeing, what you're hearing isn't real. You can't trust your eyes. You can't trust your ears. Make your own decisions, people. Make your own decisions. And this is what this is all about, is getting out there and getting ahead of this crazy talk about science-based dog training. They're apparently based on science. There has been so many advances in dogs in the last 15 years that they should be ahead of us on the totem pole as far as human beings and dogs. It is absolutely ridiculous. And remember, they could say, well, science says this, and this, Michael. I'm like, okay, so that overrides what science used to say. So, for instance, wolves are not packs and dogs are not pack animals. They are a social hierarchy, which just is a way of spinning things. Because a social hierarchy is a pack. Let's stop be fucking stupid about it. I mean, come on, people, just use common sense. But they're going to tell you all these things. Dogs are now very, very emotional creatures and blah, blah, blah. They're just going to keep coming at you with this stuff. So, and telling you that the science from 15, 20 years ago was wrong. Okay, I am fine with advancements in anything. The problem is it's not factual. So science is not a proven fact. Most science is theory. So science says that was wrong. New science says that is right. Well, who's not to say 5 years from now, the science they're telling you today is going to be debunked and go, no, actually, the old science was the right science. So you can't tell me if you're going to use science, you don't listen to science. Well, 15 years ago, science said there was a pack. Science says there was an alpha. That's what science said. And now you're going to tell me science says something different. Well, how do I know that information is as good or as bad as the information prior? So I ask you to use common sense. I implore you to just open your eyes and think for yourselves. It does not have to be this difficult. The whole idea of academia and science is to bring it to a point where they want the standard person dealing with a dog who doesn't dive into this stuff to be like, wow, that's really smart. Man, look who's telling me this. I must have to believe it. So, we have been talking about aggression/reaction. We've been going through the VCA's website and just using some of their stuff. The reason I'm going here is because I feel like every home I'm in, everybody I talk to is always like, yeah, we Googled it. Yeah, we Googled it, Michael. We've watched this YouTube and we've watched that YouTube and Google said this and that didn't work, so we went back to Google. So I'm trying to use something that I would find... If I wasn't a dog trainer, what would I look at as far as an authority on the subject? Well, the VCA animal hospitals, right? That would have to be a big one. They are a sponsor on a lot of the searches that I do. So I just went with it, and we're just going to go through it and see. So I want you to remember, we are finally at the point where we can look at how to treat aggression. So that's the whole point, right? We want to fix it. So previously, we didn't get to talk about that. We were on the why. So as we go through this, Ellen, Deborah, Gary have explained in great detail to us why aggressive behavior occurs. All right? So as we move to the treatment, we're going to keep in mind why. Okay? Because for me, if you don't know the why, you don't have the ability to fix it. Michael, my tire keeps running out of air. I air it up, though. I've aired it up 3 times this week, and I've got air for a couple days. I don't have any air. What do you think I should do? Well, why does it keep going flat? Well, because there's a fucking hole in your tire. So guess what? If you fix the why, the hole, and you patch it so air can't leak out of it, guess what? You won't have your tire keep losing air. But if you don't know the why, you're not going to be able to fix the problem. So I need to know with aggression why. So let's just do a little refreshing of where we've been. Let's go to pick 2. So this is where we're at right now. Unfamiliar dogs, aggression towards unfamiliar dogs, right? Why would my dog behave aggressively? That's the first subtitle on here is why would my dog behave aggressively? Perfect, because I'm going to figure out the why, and that's what I want to do. I want to know why. So we're going to go to pick 3, and we're going to look at why, okay? So this is what they will tell us. Though dogs as a species are considered social, remember I said social hierarchy earlier? I don't know, whenever I got that from. Many factors contribute to the dog's aggressive response to unfamiliar dogs. For example, some dogs misbehave, socialize during this instant period of blah, blah, blah. We talked about this prior. Okay, I want us to focus on what they tell us. Many factors could contribute. Okay, perfect. I'm getting to the why, right? Many factors could contribute. All right, great. Let's see what are these factors so that we understand why, so we can fix problems. We're going to go to pick 4. So on pick 4, what they're going to tell us is very simple. Sometimes socializing does not go as planned, and a puppy is unexpectedly frightened by another dog. A long-lasting fear of the other dog can result in this fear can trigger an aggressive response. Okay, so they are telling me there are many things that contribute to, many contributing factors to aggression. And they are going to lead with, first and foremost, fear. Okay, now remember we've got Ellen, the Bora, and Big G. 31 letters combined between these 3 people telling me how intelligent they are. I have a list of many things. And the first thing that they're going to talk about is fear. So I'm thinking, common sense-wise, that must be a primary driver. It must be a big one in this, is fear, because we're leading with that, okay? So fear. The dog is fearful. What's so funny about this, and we will get into it when I break it apart and tell you what's really going on, they're right in a way that they don't even understand. It's so hilarious. Okay, but they're telling us fear, first and foremost. Let's go to pick 5. And now here we go. This is what they're going to tell us. Ready? A second possibility is that the dog that triggered your dog to respond aggressively have a different communication style. All breeds do not speak the same language. Some use more signals than others. Okay, so second possibility is dogs don't know how to talk to other dogs. Listen, do me a favor. You're sitting there, unless you're driving down the road, listen to this, don't do this. Close your eyes and just listen. Just open your ears. Just listen. All breeds do not speak the same language. If your eyes didn't pop open after hearing that, they should have. What about that? Give me some common sense. You're telling me a dog can't talk to another dog. They don't have the same language? Well, I didn't know. What is this like? Is this like if I go to Mexico and I have different dialects of Spanish? Oh my gosh. Dogs can't talk to dogs. But yet, I will bet you $1 million that their behavioralist can talk to those dogs. Another dog can't, but they are so skilled and versed, so smart and study so much science that a human can probably talk to the dog better. Okay, so 1, fear. 2, dogs do not know how to talk to each other. They can't communicate with each other. All right, we're going to move on to the third possibility. Oh, they only gave me 2. So out of the many contributing factors, you gave me 2. Okay, that's all right. Now, all this information is under their subtitle, Why Would My Dog Behave Aggressively? That was on pick 2. We saw that on pick 2. Why would my dog behave aggressive? Just 2. Okay, let's go with it. They're much smarter than me. I have no letters behind my name. If those 2 reasons are what they're leading with and tell me with, then they must be primary drivers. They must be relevant probably in 90+% of all aggressive behavior. They have to be my primary drivers. Because of the many things, they only gave me 2. All right, I'm going to go with it because obviously I'm just a dog trainer, not a behavioral specialist. All right. If the others were important, they would list them. But since we haven't, we're going to go with those 2. So I'm starting to get excited about this now. Yes. How are we going to treat the why? How are we going to treat the fear or the language barrier dogs have with each other to eliminate the aggressive behavior, right? So I have to figure out the fear. I have to stop the fear, figure out how to get the dog over the fear, help it feel more confident, help it feel braver or safer in a situation. And then at the same time, the other side of that is if that's not the problem, then it might be that the dogs aren't communicating effectively. So I'm probably going to have to, teach my dog how to talk better dog. But those are the 2 things, my whys, that we should look at and have to figure out. All right, let's move on to pick 6. All right, we're getting excited, people. Are y'all ready for this? Here it is. Treatment. Ellen, Deborah, and Big G are going to give us the treatment. We've been waiting for this. This is episode 3. Here we go. Let's get it. Is there a standard treatment protocol? Ooh, we have a protocol for treatment for dogs that behave aggressively towards unfamiliar dogs. All right, so obviously there's a protocol. This I don't know if this is a treatment or a protocol to get us started for treatment, more like. Okay, so before we get to the treatment, let's set up a protocol. This protocol, I'm sure, will make things safe, and it will establish and start things moving in the right direction so that we can do this. So let's break it down, and we're going to move on to pick 7. Is there a standard treatment protocol for dogs that behave aggressively towards unfamiliar dogs? One protocol is standard. Only one. One protocol is standard for all types of aggressive behavior. You must create a management strategy. Sounds like I'm in a business meeting. That will provide both physical and emotional safety for you, your dog, and the dogs and people you encounter outside the home. Great. Now, a couple things stick out. Management strategy. We're not talking about training. This is a whole management strategy. So again, I want you to think about wording. I want you to think about how they play into this sophistication, this education. I'm an idiot. I'm just a trainer. Does Michael have a management strategy for your dog's aggression? No, we're going to train your dog though, and we're going to fix the aggression. That's what we're going to do. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. This is not rocket science. This is not dog science. This is understanding dogs, how they communicate, how they interact, how dogs deal with day-to-day issues, putting myself in that position and fixing problems. It is as simple as you want it to be. And they can make it as complex as they want you to think that it is. But all we end up doing is talking in circles, repeating information 2 and 3 times, and they're not getting anywhere with helping you. So, management strategy. We don't train. We have to have this full strategy. Like my training programs don't include a strategy. We don't have that. Come on. We're going to go right back. Now, I can understand physical safety. Yeah, absolutely. The safety of the dog, honestly, is one of the most important things to consider. Safety of other dogs. If I have sibling rivalry, 2 dogs fighting in the same house, I have to be very aware of what could happen to the other dog. Dog trying to kill the cat. Yeah, we have to be very well aware of what's going on to protect the cat and keep the cat safe. What I love, though, is we're going to get right into this emotional safety. Does your dog feel emotionally safe right now? Well, probably fucking not. It's trying to bite another dog or person. But when you focus on the emotion, when you bring emotion into it, you are subverting fact. This can't be an emotional plea from a human. I can't get emotional about treatment of an aggressive dog. If I get emotional, I'm not going to do what I need to do to fix things. If my child needs heart surgery to live, it's an emotional thing that's going to happen, but I can't let emotion drive that. They're going to cut my kid open, crack his chest open, and fix his heart. Oh, that's terrible. I can't let my child go through that. Don't let emotion control you. That's what they want you to do, is they want you to lead with emotion. It's going to backfire every time. Think about this. Your dog's trying to kill another dog, or it's trying to eat your neighbor, or trying to eat your wife, or whatever. Do I want to lead with emotion, or do I want to lead with fact? Do I want to lead with tough love, or do I want to lead with chicken? Do you love your dog enough to fix it is the question. So don't let them play words. Word games are always going to happen. Physical and emotional safety. Management strategies. Sounds great, doesn't it? That's what all those letters get you behind your name. Let's move on to pick 8 and see what we've got. If your dog lunges at another dog while on leash walks, try to avoid dogs by changing your path or adjusting the time of day you walk your dog. If your dog has shown aggressive behavior while in a group, such as daycare or dog park, then do not bring your dog back to the group setting until treatment has been completed. Treatment. See how they do this? It's treatment. Treatment. Overcomplicating a situation. That's all this is. Change you. Change when you go. Change where you go. Why are you making concessions for your dog? Now the dog is in complete control again because it's manipulating everything you do. Well, I can't walk. You know how many people I get? Well, Michael, I get up at 4 a.m. to walk my dog. We've changed when we go, where we go, blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal. Why do you even take your dog out walking if you don't have control of your dog? I mean, that would be the most responsible thing. My dog's kind of out of control. Well, it needs its exercise. Yeah, because a human walks fast enough to cardiovascularly exercise a dog. Got it. All day. Just throw the ball in the backyard a couple times, let it chase the squirrels up and down the fence line. It's going to get plenty of exercise. Why are you putting your dog in these uncomfortable situations repeatedly? Over and over. Let's just keep going out. Let's keep going. Your dog is obviously frustrated. Your dog is obviously not having a good time, but what do we humans do? We just keep putting the dog out there. Keep putting the dog out there. It's not the smartest thing to do. Same situation over and over again. You realize you're running a repetition. It's just repetition. Same bad day, same bad outcome, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. People think that's part of socialization and how you do it. It's absolutely incorrect. I mean, the more times you go out there, doesn't mean it's going to get better. It's just going to actually continue to get worse. You have to understand before you go out there, there's always a precursor to it. The why happens way before the end result. So the why actually is happening in the home. And if you're not addressing that in the home with proper training, then the end result in the real world is never going to change. So we have to make sure we're doing things advocating for our dog. When we keep going out there, what we're doing is we're sticking our head in the sand, and we're trying to say or suggest that the problem lies at the scenario when we see another dog. Everything else is fine. But where the problem lies is actually when the dog sees another dog, or that's what they're saying. It's not, because if you're not ever going to address the why if you're always at step 5. If you haven't addressed steps 1, 2, and 3, 4 before you get to 5, 5 will always happen. It's not the scenario that's causing it. There are far greater relational issues between you and your dog. It's pretty. Don't go. This is like Captain Obvious. Like, no group, no daycare, no dog parks. Really? Can't imagine. But thanks, Captain Obvious. I'm glad we got that through us. It's a good thing. All right, let's see what else. Great information on pick 9 that we have. Here we go. Pick 9. If you are concerned that your dog might accidentally reach and bite another dog, consider using a basket muzzle, since your dog will be vulnerable while muzzled and could be injured should another dog attack. And I would love to walk where they're walking. It is important to walk only in oh geez, I didn't even know that was coming. Only in areas where other dogs will be leashed and cannot bite your dog. I mean, the basket muzzle's good. It is a good choice. Don't use the other muzzles. Basket muzzles are the way to go. And I'd always rather be safe than sorry. But the deal is, it still goes back to, until you have control of the dog, don't put it out there. It doesn't start at the park. It starts at the house. Okay, just don't put the dog in the situation. Now, as you gain control and get better, what you do is use the basket muzzle when you start pushing boundaries. But you see, everything they're going to do is just put you in at the boundary, at the dog's threshold. We'll see if they ever talk about anything pre, because that's actually where it comes down to. So move on to pick 10, and we're going to get a bunch more great information. If your dog only shows aggression when dogs get very close, for instance, when a dog tries to sniff her, approach her toy, or get too close to you, then for now it is important to prevent. Don't let it happen. These interactions altogether. For example, do not allow your dog to greet other dogs. Do not allow your dog to greet other dogs. Oh, you may need to lure her past with a tasty treat if she pulls to meet the dog. If she pulls to meet, I thought she was aggressive. You think she's going over there to meet the dog or bite the dog's face off? Oh, these people. Meet the dog. You may continue to bring your dog to visit with your friends and relatives, but keep her on a leash and ask your friends to leash their dogs too. Or use a baby gate to ensure your dog has enough space for comfort. Oh, I like it. So we got prevent. That's what I start this with, prevent it. To prevent it. And then it's don't do it. Okay? So I've got 2 hard indicators of things that should just stop. Prevent it, don't do it. That makes sense to me. Just stop it altogether. But then 2 sentences later, we may continue to bring our dog to friends' houses or relatives' houses. Don't go to the dog park. Don't let dogs come up to it. Don't. But, you can continue to do that. What makes it different when you're going to a relative's house? Now your relative is like, you're bringing your aggressive dog over by my... Yeah, can you put a leash on your dog and put a baby gate up? Okay. What we are never addressing is pre-behavior. This is going to be so important, guys, as I talk about it and bring it to light when I break down what the aggression is. Everything that they're talking about, we are just working on the point or premise of when it happens, right? We're letting the dog move to the same position it is where it's lunging and biting. When you don't change the precursors working up to it, you're going to have a really hard time fixing it once you get there. So all we've done is allowed the dog, like, for instance, so you're not taking it to the dog park or daycare, but you're going to take it to your friend's house. So we're allowing all the same things are going to happen. You're going to walk the dog in the same way. Your dog's going to jump and be crazy and hyper and be all stupid and stuff. And you're going to allow all that to happen right up to the point where it starts to lunge. And at that point, you're either going to be saved by your muzzle or by your leash. And that doesn't make sense to the dog, because what you're doing is you're still allowing the dog to work up to that point with it all being okay, and then trying to stop and change that very end, that very last step. And that's what you got to understand. It doesn't start at step 5. It starts at step 1. And if you're not addressing that part of the behavior, this is going to be a process that takes so long that you are going to be sorry you even got involved in it. So just think of it this way. If the bite is step 5 on the sequence of events in your dog's brain, once the dog sees a dog, the sequence starts. It could be seeing the dog. I mean, honestly, what generally happens, it's smelling the dog, seeing the dog, hearing the dog, approaching the dog, lunging and biting the dog. Okay? If the dog is allowed to smell and focus, see and focus on dog. Watch, hear, listen, focus as it's coming towards it. At no point, I guarantee you, as soon as your dog sees the other dog, it goes down that road of the end result when they get close enough is going to be to lunge and bite. Why do you let steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 happen? If you know 5 is the end of the sequence, why do you let it go to 3? Why do you let it get to 2? Wouldn't common sense say, as soon as I hit and see my dog hit step 1, fix the problem there before I get to step 5? Why would I let it go 2? Well, she's doing pretty good. I got to go 3. Well, she's doing pretty good. Let it go 4. Oh my gosh, she's not lunging. And boom, then it happens. Understand this. I cannot tell you how many thousands, I didn't say 100, I said thousands of times I have seen a dog looking at another dog. We've been doing some training. Things are going good. But the dog is hyper-focused on another dog. Ears are up, forward. Dog is pronounced. Head is out. It's staring right at it. But the owner is so proud because, Fluffy's not barking right now. Normally she's up on her hind legs going crazy. And Fluffy is maintained for about 6, 7 seconds. And then those feet start dancing. And then the whining starts. And the human is just so happy she's not doing it. Normally she's going crazy. The dog is fixing to go off, people. Because it's still traveling down that sequence in its brain. And as soon as it gets to 5, it's going to happen. The only difference is you're prolonging it from happening because you have a mild bit of control. It's not even good because the dog isn't even focused on you. It's more focused on the other dog than it is you, which means the dog's looking at you or listening to you going, well, you didn't tell me I couldn't think about it. I'm going to get it. You know what I'm going to do. I do it every damn time. How about this for a novel idea? I know if you look at another dog, how you're going to respond. How about this, Fluffy? I'm not going to let you look at the other fucking dog. Because if you can't look at it, guess what? You can't go off. If the focus is on its handler, not the other dog, can the dog fire off at the other dog? Absolutely not. I literally, 30 dogs is my average at my group classes. I literally have an average of 2 dog-aggressive dogs at group class every single solitary time. And they don't wear muzzles. And they weave in and out. They crisscross. They walk nose to tail. They look like the Texas A&M marching band. If you ain't from Texas, look it up. It's pretty cool. It's absolutely insane. They're 2 to 3 feet from other dogs. They are surrounded by other dogs. And the only thing they're worried about is their handler. Because their handler keeps them safe in those situations. Don't let them play mind games on you. Let's move to pick 11 and see what we got. Identifying triggers. Bang, bang, shoot 'em up. Identifying triggers for any aggressive response is essential. That appropriate management can be applied. The outcome will be better if your dog is not exposed to these triggers until treatment. It's like you got your dog's a cancer patient. Until treatment is complete. Don't go outside or hang around other people that are sick because your immunity's down. Some management strategies may be short-term. Others may be permanent. Okay, so a lot of good information there. More protocols. We got to worry about triggers now. We talked about those previously too, right? Don't want to expose your dog to triggers until treatment is complete. Okay, because when do we know that? Nope, they're not gonna tell us. Do we expose the dog? Do we not expose the dog? Do we stop going to dog parks, but we still take them to friend's house? It's just, I don't know. When do we expose them to triggers? So crazy. Ellen, Deborah, Gary, they ain't going to paint themselves in a corner, though. No, they are not. Because they just circle talk with everything, right? Look, Pick 8 said, don't go to the dog park. Pick 10 said, avoid close proximity, right? 2 sentences later on pick 10, it says, but you may continue to go to your friends and relatives' house. So which is it? Do I stop or do I continue to put the dog in those environments? What is the answer, Ellen? Yes, no. Which is it? I can't be wrong if I answer yes and no to both. It's kind of funny how that works, huh? It's just like cover your ass stuff. It's almost like they know it's not going to work, so if I just answer both ways, then I'm covered no matter what happens. How about this? This is a good one right here. Are you ready? You ready? Some of these strategies may be short-term, but some may be permanent. Okay. Y'all getting the picture? Do this, don't do this, don't do this. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Don't have them around dogs. No, you have them around relatives' dogs. It's a big difference. Short-term may work, may not work. So some of the strategies may not work at all. So we just may have to continue that strategy forever. Talking in circles, covering your ass. I can't be wrong if I answer both ways. Got it. Let's see what Pick 12 has to say, because it's getting interesting now. Behavioral treatment program. Man, this is going to get good for us. Before beginning a behavioral treatment program, you need to ask your veterinarian to do a thorough physical exam. Where have I read that before? Didn't we talk about that in the last couple episodes? Is this the same exact paragraph? Ask your veterinarian to do a thorough physical exam. Your dog could be in pain and have an underlying medical condition contributing to the aggressive response. A veterinary behavioralist should assess your dog if this is not the case. There may be many possible causes for aggression. When the fuck are they going to give me my list of many? So far, they give me 2. But we keep going back to the many possibilities. Because if it's simple and simplistic, y'all can figure it out on your own. But if I keep it complicated, many, you don't even understand how many, it's over your head. You have to call a specialist. Many possible causes for aggressive behavior towards unfamiliar dogs. Understanding the motivation behind your dog's behavior is essential to apply the correct treatment. Remember, this is a treatment program. We're like 12-steppers now. We're in the program. It's fancy. It has to be that way. We're smart. Treatment program is a fancy way of saying training. That's all it is. Double talk it up, make me look big, make me look important, make my letters behind my name look like I'm impressive. All right. Veterinarian behavioralist should assess. Now, why should a veterinarian behavioralist assess? Because it wasn't pain. And again, we talked about this in the last episode, I think. Pain is like one of the last ones I look for. It's pretty obvious to see if a dog is in pain. I mean, literally look at the fucking dog. See how it's walking. Is it getting up the same? Is it limping? You could tell if your dog's hurting. But they lead with that. Go to the treatment. Underlying medical condition attributed to aggressive response. Now, if that doesn't happen, then we need to see a veterinary behavioralist. Not a trainer. Got to get that veterinary behavioralist. And what is that behavioralist going to do for us? They are going to assess which of the many possible causes for aggression that your dog has. Well, I don't know. So far it's 2, right? It's either fear or the inability for a dog to communicate with another dog. All right. So we're here nor there. Let's just try to move forward with this information. Now that I know it's not pain, that's what they're saying, it's not pain. So now we bring in our behavioralist, our veterinary behaviorist. Now, we have aggression. So to apply the correct treatment, Remember, because I said motivation, the motivation behind your dog's behavior. The motivation would be why, right? It's motivated to be aggressive. Why is it motivated to be aggressive? Same thing. Why? Motivation. Okay. It's either fear or the inability to communicate with another doggo. That's what they gave me. So I'm going to stick with their standards of what they're giving me. So now I guess we're ready to start treatment. So we're going to move into the treatment phase of this, right? So why? It's either fear or inability to communicate. Now remember, they said all types of aggression are going to follow this protocol. So let's establish our protocol. I'm going to just go over the high points that they gave you. Again, close your eyes and listen. This is protocol because this is them being intelligent. You ready? Provide physical and emotional safety. That's what they led with. Avoid dogs by changing your path or time of day that you walk. Don't take your dog to daycare. Don't go to the park. Muzzle your dog. Don't walk where your dog can be bit. Nuggets are you writing these down? Write these down. These are important because these are really going to help you. Don't let a dog approach your dog. Don't let a dog sniff your dog. Don't let a dog get close to your dog. Don't let a dog near her toy. One of my favorites, have treats. Got to lure the dog past. Continue, though, however, to visit friends. Continue, however, to visit relatives. But when you do, keep your dog on lead. And then when you visit, make sure you tell the people you're visiting to put their dog on a lead too. Oh, bring your baby gate because we want to provide a space that's safe and comfortable for the dog. Check, 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 and got it. Okay, so there's our protocol things we're going to do. All right, now let's identify the triggers. We're getting close. I know we're getting close to the actual treatment. So remember, here are some triggers that we need to keep in mind as we've now set up our protocol of what to do. What triggers my dog? Is it because the other dog is high energy? Maybe. Is it because the other dog is too loud? Maybe. Is it because maybe I have a meek or mild, laid back, timid, or shy dog? Maybe. Could be the size of dog. Now, the next two are a little controversial. It is 2025. It could be gender of dog. Could be, not gender affirming. Your dog may not be gender affirming, and that could be a bad day for dogs. And I don't want to say it, but it could be the color of the dog. We have to be very, very tiptoe around that. Fucking, how about this? We all grow up. Just grow up a little bit. Yeah, it could be gender of dog, could be color of dog, could be size of dog, could be energy dog, how loud the other dog is, how meek or shy or timid the other dog is. All those could play into it. They could be triggers. We're ready. We are going to treat some stuff. I just spent $320+ at the vet. I now know for sure it is not pain related. Yay. Now we're ready to rock and roll. My dog is perfectly healthy. Let's go. Let's treat this. We're going to go straight to pick number 13, and we're going to get started because I can feel it. I can feel it. All right. How can I prevent my dog from lunging at other dogs on a walk? When walking your dog, use a secure fitting collar and a sturdy leash. A long-term treatment strategy will involve helping your dog relax even when another dog is in sight. All right. Prevention starts with a secure fitting collar and a sturdy leash. Wait a second. It doesn't start with fear and it doesn't start with lack of communication. It starts with making sure I have a collar that fits and a sturdy leash. Got it. Okay. We're going to be okay. And now we jump straight to a long-term strategy. Where did my short-term strategy go? Did they throw that out the window because they know long-term strategies is the only way this is going to work because they're not addressing anything? They're not even addressing their own shit, let alone the real shit. Okay. All right. Calm down, Michael. Calm down. It all starts with the secure collar and a sturdy leash. Great. Because everything the behavioralist tells you about this is so messed up that we have to throw out short term and just move straight to long term. Because I'm going to tell you this, it's going to take forever to do it the way they want you to. It ain't nothing they do is fast. You know why it ain't fast? Because it's inefficient, because it doesn't deal with issues. They're not actually addressing the why. Nothing is talking about the why. Whatever, let's move on. Let's go to 14. Thank you. This is definitely going to help us. Now, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to need you to scroll the actual pick down. Pick 14, other way. Keep going. There should be a sentence up there. One sentence, other way. Maybe I cut it off. That's all right. Go down a little bit more. Let me see that next one. Let's just go right there. All right. All right, here we go. The useful information on pick 15. The first thing we need to do is teach the heel or walk with me. Your dog can be taught to walk next to you when there are no dogs nearby, and eventually when there are dogs in the area. Training always starts at home in a quiet area with no distraction. Walk forward while holding a treat in your hand so the dog can easily be rewarded while walking beside you. Soon, your dog will eagerly assume the heel position whenever she sees you start to walk forward with a treat in hand. Once she understands the desired behavior, say heel, just as she is about to step into the position. Next, try practicing with some distraction. All right. So we're going to learn, what they're going to do is they're going to teach us two skills. These are the two skills, and I apologize. I cropped it off. You didn't get to see it. They're going to teach me two skills, okay? The first thing they're going to teach us is the heel. All right. So not too mind-blowing on that, all right? We're going to teach the heel or the walk with me. Walk with me. I always love when they say it. Walk with me. Is a behavioral skill, okay? That's how they term this, a behavior skill. So I'm confused. So what? Let's just say I just got a regular, average, everyday dog, happy-go-lucky. It's not like aggressive or mean. If I taught it to heel, is that going to be considered a behavioral skill? Because look, all it is basic obedience. But I'm going to throw some big words in there because I have letters behind my name, and I'm going to tell you it's a behavioral skill. Just wait. It's going to get better. Always start at home with no distractions. Oh my gosh. Do you hear it going off? The heavens have opened. They actually gave you credible, usable, tangible information that will help you be successful. Right there. Always start at home with no distractions. Yes. I'm 2 hours and 45 minutes into this, and I finally got something I can look at you people and go, use it. One of the most beneficial things you can ever do right there. Use it. Now, here's the problem. Little side note. We're going to go down. Teach the dog the heel or the walk with me. What's a heel? Did they even tell you what a heel is? Well, if I'm going to teach a skill or something, would I probably need a description of what I'm trying to achieve? How do I know what I'm trying to achieve if I don't know what the end result is supposed to be? How do I even know if I'm going in the right direction? I mean, what am I looking for? What am I trying to achieve? If there's no standard for the heel, then is it ever going to be right or wrong? There's got to be a description of what am I trying to achieve? Why am I teaching? What am I teaching? What does it look like? It's not hard to have a crappy heel. Look, you could get a crappy heel inside with a dog and treats in minutes. 2 or 3 days, you're going to feel like you're a champ. I can promise you that. The problem is then you're going to be like immediately out, oh, we're so good inside. Let's go outside. Well, now it's going to be a lot harder because now that you're outside, tried to practice that, a lot more stimulus. Those treats are not going to be nearly as effective. Oh, it's going to start to wane a little bit. Oh, we're going to start to have some problems. See, the purpose of the heel is to teach your dog to walk next to you on a loose lead and follow you. If the dog is following you, then you're in charge, you're in control. The dog's focus is on you, and you are allowed to take the dog into the world and provide safety for your pack. That crappy heel that you taught inside, I guarantee you the dog's still ahead of you, but it's on a loose leash, Michael. Doesn't matter because the dog's ahead. The dog can't even see you. And then we go outside and it sees a cat or a kid or a bicycle or a squirrel, and it just pulls further and further ahead. Your food's not going to bring it back. Or you're going to stand in the same stupid place for 14 minutes trying to get the dog to come back to you. You are never, I see these trainers all the time. They're out there and they're just throwing treats and throwing treats and throwing treats. They can't even walk by a fucking dog. This is our 7th time out. Look how good. Fido's not responding. Yeah, but you ain't walking. Is that what my whole purpose? Go to the park, find a dog, and not be able to go anywhere because I have to stop and throw treats on the ground. Fun times for me. Fun times for me. Slowly bring the distractions in. Yeah. But what's funny is crappy heel inside leads to crappy heel outside. Crappy heel outside. Then when you see a dog, whoa. Get ready, baby, because it's going to get good. Now, again, I have always said, and I always will say, you can get dogs over a lot of things using positive reinforcement, R+ training, PP, whatever the hell they all are called now. Now, I'm gonna show you exactly what that really looks like in life. Okay? So we go to pick 16. Man, I don't understand how this is going to help my dog reactivity. And this is what's so funny, right? So she's standing there in the middle of the street throwing treats. Reactivity versus aggression. Oh, if you think treats work on an aggressive dog, you have totally lost your freaking mind. If any trainer tells you they're going to treat train your dog out of actual aggression, lost your for-living mind. I'll promise you. Put $1 million on it right now. Okay? Now watch. So I'm throwing treats. Look how good we're doing. Fido, look at you. You're just sitting there. I don't see a lot of dogs walking around a parking lot, but we're working on dog reactivity. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to be consistent. Show me pick 17. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Fido. My dog, 2 fucking years later. You see it? She's proud of this moment. 2 years later. So proud, I posted it for the world to see. So proud. 2 years. How ineffective is that training? Do you want to talk about it as a Great Dane? The Great Dane might live to be 8 years old. You just took a 33% of its life away from it to train it not to be reactive towards other dogs when I could have stopped it in fucking 2 months. Do treats work? There's your proof. Let me just ask you something, realistically speaking. How many of you have actually hit the gym 2 years just consecutively, 5 days a week for 2 years? How many of you have run 5 days a week for 2 years? How many of you have done anything, done jiu-jitsu consistently for 2 years? What have you done consistently for 2 years that was out of the preview of a normal work day? Because you got to take away work. Work is in your day. Taking kids to school, taking kids to extracurriculars, doing laundry, grocery shopping. And now, all of that, time with your spouse, seeing family. I'm going to add in 2 years of training my dog not to be reactive. Raise your hands. How many of you are going to do that? That's your treat training. That's your R+. That's your PP training. That's your quadrant trainers right there. Look at how perfect that is. Everybody should jump on that. That's some good stuff, right? First, heel. Got to get the heel, right? Look at that. That dog at least heels. That's kind of nice. I'm kind of impressed. That's a true heel. Dog's not in front of her. So at least she got that first part right, but, 2 years down the road. Gotta love it. Let's roll to pick 18. The second conditioned behavior will be sit, stay, relax. Again, first, train in a quiet environment. Encourage your dog to sit and relax in front or beside you as you deliver treats. You treat dealer, you. Oh, y'all got the t-shirt? Use a calm voice and ensure your dog sits patiently each time you deliver the treat. What the fuck is it with deliver a treat? Work your way up to a calm 2 minutes. This is enough time for a dog in the street to pass by you. You may use the cues stay, relax, as she relaxes. So first, the heel. Second, here's where we get this weird stuff going on, right? The conditioned behavior, sit, stay, relax. Okay, so just a quick side note. Big G, those are 3 individual things. So that would be conditioned behavior with the S plural. Sit, stay, relax. That's not one thing. That's 3. But I'm confused because it said just prior, the heel is a behavior skill. So healing is a behavioral skill. Sit, stay, relax is a conditioned behavior. Oh, and wait a second. Basic obedience, sit, stay, come, heel, down. Basic obedience. Heel's a basic obedience, but they call it a behavioral skill. Sit and stay is not a skill, it's a behavior. What the fuck? Where are we at? Ellen, Deborah, is this your work? Are you two responsible for this? What is the fuckery going on here? We got a lot of word salad working, and none of it makes sense. Why are we changing terminology? Is it a behavioral skill? Is it a conditioned behavior? Or maybe are you just conditioning a behavioral skill? Very confusing. It's basic obedience, people. Sit, stay, come, heel. It's super simple. Keep it simple. Why do we have to keep fucking up terminology and how we say things? Just keep it simple. Encourage your dog to relax. Don't you think you probably already tried that? No, Fluffy. Stop, Fluffy. It's okay, Fluffy. Be nice. No jump. No bark. Calm down. Encourage your dog to relax. What? Fluffy. Deep breath. Deep. Fluffy. On me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Deep breath through your nose. Out your mouth. Through your nose. Out your mouth. Relax. Take another deep breath, Fluffy. In through your nose, out there. Come on, Fluffy. Calm down. It's okay. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Work your way up to 2 minutes. So sit there and tell your dog it's a great dog. Convince it to relax. Convince it to relax. It's okay. Talk soothing to your dog. All the time you're feeding food into its mouth for 2 minutes. What a bunch of bullshit. Good Lord. I hope Fluffy's not a bulldog who doesn't have a nose, because then Fluffy can't even breathe in through her nose because she's got a short nose and she can't breathe in and suck air. Oh, good Lord. Now it's the dog's fault that it can't calm down because it can't suck in any air and it can't relax. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? You guys, if you only knew in the real life how much I deal with this and how utterly insane the shit is that they're telling you to do. It's all perspective of what you want out of your dog, though. If you want a dog that's just, average sucks. So if you just want a dog that's just basically runs around, does stupid stuff, and might or might not bark at dogs, just knock yourself out. Oh, how can I prevent my dog from lunging at dogs on a walk? Right? Isn't that how we started this? How can I prevent my dog from lunging at dogs on a walk? Okay. Back to simplicity, people. Why does my dog lunge at another dog? Don't we need to know why? Have we addressed that yet? No. Teach it to heel. Well, first, sturdy leash and a good fitting collar. Ellen, Deborah, Gary, you told me there are many factors. You are telling the world there are many factors. But you tell me, you only gave me two. The most prominent, I'm assuming, fear and an inability to communicate with another dog. Why does my dog lunge at? Is it because of fear? Or is it because of lack of communication skills for my dog? How come we haven't addressed that in this? Does training a heel, does that have anything to do with alleviating fear? Does training the heel, how does that alleviate fear? How does your dog healing make it a better communicator to other dogs? I'm going off of what you are telling me. Fear and an inability to communicate are the two primary factors of why dogs are aggressive. How does training a heel fix fear? You haven't even told me what a heel is. Tell the good people what an actual heel is. Because if they can't achieve the heel, then it obviously can't help with fear and it can't help with communication. But I would like you to just expound on, how does healing a dog help it communicate better with another dog? How does healing a dog eliminate fear? Tell me. I'm just going off your logic. I'm going off your information that you're giving me. How does training the sit help my dog with fear? How does training the stay help my dog with fear? How does that make it a more confident dog? How does telling my dog to relax make it more confident? How does that eliminate fear? What about the sit? What about the stay? What about the relax, Fluffy? Builds confidence and eliminates fear. It's your fucking words, people. I'm just going at it and I'm trying to make sense of it. How does training the sit or the stay or the relax, how does that open up lines of communication between two dogs? What possibly could be going on that if the dog's in a stay, all of a sudden they're communicating better with another dog? Just, guys, common sense. I've put all of that up on the screen so that you can read it. The website's there. You can go to, pull the information up. I'm just taking their words and I'm trying to make them make sense for you. I'm trying to make it make sense for people that are not dog trainers. I'm trying to see this information that they're giving you that's supposed to help you so you don't have to call me is so fucked up that you're going to have to call me. And I just want you to look at it. Think about it. Let it sink in. Many factors cause aggression. Many factors. What did they give us? Fear, inability to communicate. So now we're on treatment. First thing we got to do, teach the heel. What does the heel have to do with making my dog feel more secure? What does the heel have to do with helping my dog communicate with another dog more? What does teaching a sit have to do with my dog communicating better? What does stay have to do with my dog communicating better with the other dog? What? Do you see how they're giving you absolutely nothing? But this is what I'm going to tell you. You guys got to stay tuned because when I break it down for real, we will talk about fear, and the actual the fear is a huge driver, but not in the way they're telling you. Fear is definitely a why. But they're not telling you how to counter it. What's the treatment for my fear? What's the treatment for an inability to communicate with another dog if that just doesn't sound stupid enough on its own? Nothing they have given you yet is going to help you. Take that back. 3 incredibly intelligent human beings with 31 letters behind their names actually told you to start your work inside. That's going to help you, promise. Open your eyes. Believe what you see. Believe what you hear. Don't let them tell you you don't know what you're seeing. You don't know what you're hearing. Don't let them tell you that. Common sense. Keep it simple, stupid. Do the KISS method on this stuff. It is the most asinine stuff they are telling you. Never going to work. Never, ever, 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 ever going to work. And you just got to understand, if it's not starting to make sense, it should. But don't worry, they got more. There is more. I'm sure at some point we're gonna get to the why, and we're gonna treat the why. I just feel it. I feel it coming on, guys. Man, I'm starting to enjoy that. Even as you guys just know how frustrating it is to sit on this side of this and read this stuff there. I have read this stuff so many times, and I go back and I edit what I want to say, and I change this and I change that, and I read their stuff again, and then I play this out I sit in front of a mirror and I do this. I try to do it at least 3 times in front of a mirror. And I get so fucking frustrated. I'm just like, it is absolutely the most worthless information from 3 of the smartest people in the world. It's just not applicable 95% of the time. Nothing is there to help you. So, I'm starting to get over it and be like, I guess that's just what it is, right? That's why I'm doing this. Why are you doing a podcast, Michael? It doesn't make you any money. Nope, it costs me a lot of money, but it don't make me no money. But it's just, I guess I get a vent, and I get to let you know there's someone out there that's on your side. 99.9% of you are not going to see this and hire me. So it's not like I'm doing it for money. So but I just want you guys to see it for what it really is. So I'm starting to get a little excited about doing it now. I mean, let's see how many different things I can tear apart that I have no idea what they're talking about. Starting to get a little fun for me, so I enjoy it. I'm hoping someday, Ellen, Deborah, or Big G, I'll fly them all out. I'll put them in the hotel. Let's just sit down and talk. Let's have fun. Let's just put it all out there and see. Let the cards fall where they may. You guys will make a decision about what you believe and what you don't. I'm perfectly comfortable with as many years of training dogs, as many dogs as I've trained, to sit down and talk with anybody about it. Because I know what I see. I know what I deal with every single day. So I like it. We're having some fun. I hope you're getting good information out of this. You got to stay tuned, though. I'm going to bring on maybe a trainer or two. We're going to talk about aggression and kind of how they go about it, what they see. And then at the last one, like we did with we do separation anxiety, I'm going to give you the breakdown of what it really is. My opinion of it, how I fix it, how I've been successful with thousands of clients of fixing reactive dogs. I'm actually going to have a client on that went through the whole process with me. He had not a dog aggressive dog, but he had a human aggressive dog, people aggressive, not reactive, aggressive. There is a huge difference. 5% of dogs are aggressive, 95% are reactive. But his was mean. His would bite you. But you're going to get that story. And we walked through what he did and what it looked like for the dog, and then end result. So it'll be real. Like everything I tell you, I've got client upon client upon client, hundreds that'll back the story because I did it with their dog. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to keep moving down this thing. We've got, I don't know, maybe 3 more episodes before we get to the final end of it. But so far, so good. We're moving along. I'm in good company with Big G. Hopefully him and I will sit down soon and have a good talk. I want you guys to, pass this along, share it. I would appreciate it. Get it out there. If people don't like it, they don't have to listen to it. I don't care. That's fine. But no, people don't know this is out here, and I just want them to have that information. Lots of stories, lots of actual videos. My Facebook page, Canine Control TX. It's the letter K, the number 9, Control TX. Click on the head of the German Shepherd. There are literally thousands of videos of different clients. I don't do the same client over and over and over and over and over and over again. Thousands of clients, thousands of videos, and it's just good look. You want to know who I am and what I'm about if I have any street cred at all? Go look at the Facebook page and have some fun on that, okay? Now, in the meantime, set some goals. Get your dog out. Go work your dog. Go have some fun. Develop a relationship with your dog where your dog can trust you and your ability to keep it safe in any situation. That's going to make for a stress-free, anxiety-free, happy dog. And when you have a stress-free, anxiety-free, happy dog, guess who else gets real happy? Yeah, mommy and daddy get real happy about it too, because then it's a pleasure. It's fun. You can take your dog places and enjoy it that much more. Guys, my name, Michael Hoskinson. You are listening to Canine Convos. I am the head trainer and founder of Canine Control Dog Training Program. I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so if you're listening to this and in the area, you want more information on me, you can look me up on all the social media sites. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until I see you next time, have a great day and happy training.